Hi guys, hope you're doing well today. So first, this is just a little extension of the notes on blood types. So remember, blood types are an example of multiple alleles, but first let's do a quick review. So our genetic code all comes from our DNA. Remember the letters in DNA that you see, the nitrogenous bases are A, adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, right? And through this process, we've talked a lot about how we end up getting to the proteins being made, which then code for the genes that we're talking about in this unit. So DNA, and then the process that turns it into mRNA, remember, is called our transcription. So there's transcription. Now mRNA, if mRNA was just, we're just going to use this DNA strand, right? A would go to U, T would go to A, C would go to G, G would go to C. Remember, you never see thymine in mRNA, only uracil. So that would be transcription. Obviously, this has to happen where? Right? In the nucleus of the cell, because DNA never leaves the nucleus. mRNA is the messenger. Okay, so then it can leave. And then what's going to happen is, what's our next process? Our next process is translation, right? So transcription, then translation. C becomes for L in the alphabet. And this last process is how our proteins are made. So mRNA, remember, if you have mRNA, so if I just write the mRNA sequence like UAG here, and then kept going, it would be chunked in threes. Remember, tRNA comes in and brings the anticodon, so AUC, that matches up. And when it comes in, it is carrying that amino acid. And remember, the start one is methionine, MET, and then eventually we string together the amino acids which make up a protein here. So in this part, we are in the ribosomes, right? Because ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. So mRNA and tRNA work together to create your polypeptide chains, which end up coming together to make your proteins. So your proteins then code for your genes. Okay, that's what codes for genes on the chromosomes. So don't forget the basics from the beginning. Now, this particular assignment focuses on blood type. So chromosome 9 has the gene for blood type right about down here. Okay, that is where blood type is, where the gene is found. So there's your DNA segment, and then it gets transcribed and translated, and that gene affects your plasma membranes of your red blood cells, right? So your red blood cells are your blood cells, and they have a certain cell surface marker on it. So what we're focusing on here is this part of the red blood cell. So that is a marker that says, hey, I am type O blood, or I am type AB blood. So remember, don't forget our plasma membrane. In our plasma membrane, we have phosphine as friends, our phospholipid bilayer with a bunch of proteins. And the protein that we're focusing on right now is the cell surface marker.